Welcome to Tia's Table, where there's always good food and good conversation. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hey girl, welcome back to Tia's Table. I told you I would be back and I would be back on time. So look at me, a woman of my word. I love that. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Tia, a certified group fitness instructor and behavior change specialist. And all that really means is I help people just like you make changes in their life by developing new habits that they can stick to. So if you are a person who is in need of some new habits, if you want to make some change in your life, feel free to reach out to me and I would love to see if I can help you with that. Today, we are going to talk about a lot of things. Mainly the summer. We're going to talk about Lori Harvey because I don't like what I'm seeing on Twitter about that whole conversation. So we're definitely going to talk about that. And just as a housekeeping friendly reminder, the next episode that comes out will be the last one before we go on summer break for June and July. So let's get into today's episode. What is on our table for the rest of May and going into the summer, really, right? Because it is going to be hot and it's going to be hot everywhere. The heat is really not my jam unless I'm at the beach, but I love a cool summer snack in the summertime. When it is hot, you want something that's refreshing, light, cool, cold even. So I'm going to share some of my favorite cold, hot weather snacks with you. First and foremost, okay, we already know fruit is like the best thing you can eat over the summer. Many of the summer fruits are also hydrating. I love watermelon. Love it, love it, love it. And when watermelon is the right amount of cold, like it's not frozen, it's not room temp, there's like the perfect temp. And when you get that perfect piece of watermelon that's so sweet, and it's also at the right temperature, oh my gosh, it's so good on a hot day. Remember, you can always freeze certain fruits like frozen strawberries, frozen grapes. They're really good to like freeze and then take with you and share them with your kids when you're at the park, on long car rides, things like that. I love really cold fruit in the summer. And I'm not a big fruit person typically outside of the summertime, which is weird, but I love fruit in the summer. I also like making homemade ice pops with my kids. So you take your favorite fruit, you basically blend it, right, and turn it into a puree, and then you just put it in a popsicle mold. And now you have homemade popsicles. They are so good, so refreshing, and it'll be on a little stick, so they're easy to kind of take around and have as little snacks. And kids love that. They love making things and then eating them. So if you've never made homemade ice popsicles, give those a try. Kids really love those. I also really love chopped veggies with veggie dip in the summer, but it's got to be the right veggie dip, right? My grandmother used to make the best veggie dip. I don't know how she made it. I don't know what she used, but her veggie dip was like the best. So if you can make your own veggie dip, or if you can get a store-bought one, chopped veggies that are also kind of chilled, not cold, right? But not room temp at the same time. Those are really good to me during the summer too. And because they're light and they're filling, right? So they'll keep you full for a long time. We love salsa and guacamole. I mean, we love that all year. Do we not? We love that all year. But I feel like in the summertime, it just hits different. And I don't know if that's because the sun is out and maybe you're out on a patio like I have been trying to do as many times as I can before my kids get out of school in 2 weeks. But it just feels different during the summertime. I love some spicy salsa on a good tortilla chip, right? Sitting out in the sun with a refreshing beverage, be it ice water, maybe some really good unsweetened iced tea, or a cocktail of my choice. I love it. It's like the best. I also really am not mad at a gazpacho. Now, I know people can't get into cold soups for whatever reason. And I get it because it has to be good. Like it has to be a good one. The flavor has to be right, and it low key has to be like super hot to me. In order for me to really like enjoy gazpacho, all the things have to be working together. But for people who are open to a cold soup, give it a shot and see what you think. I also love a really good ceviche. Nothing is wrong with a nice little cold treat or chilled treat in a glass. Kind of puts you in the mood for like a shrimp cocktail, which I'm also not mad at if the shrimp is cooler. So see, the whole common theme to all of these is that the food itself has to be kind of chilled or on the cooler side, right? We don't want no lukewarm shrimp either. Not this time of year, we don't. So even if you do like a shrimp cocktail, make sure your cocktail sauce has a little chill to it. Your shrimp is a little cool, like it's right out the refrigerator. And it's just so good. It's just so good. So I'm all about the cooler snacks this time of year. And because you're so busy running around doing so many things, this is the time of year where you might feel as if you don't have enough time to eat. And when you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to eat lunch, or I'm going to be driving a lot because this is a heavy driving season too. I'm going to be driving, but you don't want to eat drive-through food because this is the struggle of my personal life. I'm going to be out with these children. I'm going to be driving here and there, but I don't want to eat drive-through food. And you cannot eat a salad and drive at the same time. You shouldn't be doing that, right? So what can I eat? And when I'm in these situations, these are some of the things that I do. I'll do the fruit trick where I have my frozen fruit in a little Ziploc baggie, or I'll have some type of, but see, the thing is, if you do something like a ceviche or like a shrimp cocktail, you really can't eat that while you're driving either. So then what I end up doing is I end up turning that into a wrap. So if I have the ingredients for that, and a good ceviche is really good. But if you have the ingredients to make something like that, you just put it in a wrap it up, and now you've got like a ceviche burrito situation going on, and it's still good. It's still good. Just make sure you don't get one of those flavored tortilla wraps, because then that throws off your flavor profile. But other than that, it's a win, and it's easy to do. So easy to do. So hopefully we are all thinking ahead and thinking about ways to stay properly hydrated, which we talked about that on another episode, staying properly hydrated, and we're keeping our bodies well fed all summer. Because like we said before, passing out, that is not the move. We don't want to be out here getting lightheaded and passing out. And that low key happened to me like a couple weeks ago. I was working out with a new friend. She owns a gym. She invited me to come work out. I ate oatmeal I don't know, at like 6:00 that morning when I was getting my kids ready for school, but I didn't meet her, I think, until like 10 maybe. And so of course my oatmeal was long gone by then, and I forgot to eat, didn't have a snack, went in there, thought I was going to be able to do it. And I made it through the workout, but right at the end, I was like, ooh, girl, I am lightheaded. I need to sit all the way down. Okay, so going into the summer, I know people are going to be moving their workouts outdoors, and I think that that's great. I think it's really lovely to like get outside for a run or a walk, or just do whatever your regular workout is and just do it outside. Maybe you're going to do yoga outside or Pilates. You're going to do a HIIT workout, something like that. Let's talk about how we plan to stay cool and stay safe under the summer heat. So first things first, going back to being properly hydrated, you want to be constantly drinking water all summer, right? That's how it works. You have to constantly be drinking the right amount of water in order for your body to be properly hydrated enough to be out in the sun, burning those extra calories from the heat, right? Your body's going to be using so much more energy being under the direct sunlight. So you want to make sure you're properly hydrated and that you're well fed, right? You're eating nutritious meals and all of that. You also want to make sure that you are wearing sunscreen, some type of SPF. You don't want to be out there working out and you go inside and now you've got like sunburn, right? From your tank top or your sports bra or whatever. And just to avoid having too many different sun tan lines going on, right? You want to make sure you are covering your body in a really, really good SPF. Now, I use the SPF made for Black women. It's available at Target. It comes in like a black and gold bottle. And I've been using that and it's been great. My best friend told me about it and I've been using it ever since. And I feel like it protects me very well from the sun. So make sure that you're putting on something to create a barrier between your sun and the skin. And with the way the sun works, just in case we've forgotten, since we haven't been outside in like forever, it doesn't take long and it doesn't take much for that sun to get a hold of your skin. And I know we're all trying to age very well, very gracefully. We want to avoid wrinkles and like all these extra problems as much as we can. And one of the ways to do that is by wearing sunscreen. And you can also get some moisturizers with sunscreen like in them. My moisturizer does not have SPF in it because I choose to use like a separate SPF. But if your moisturizer has SPF in it, just make sure it's a high enough SPF to really make sure you're protecting yourself from the sun. Also, when you are out working out, when you're outside working out, it's really, really helpful if you can kind of have a fanny pack or something with you that has maybe like a little piece of candy in there. And you want to make sure that if for some reason you're exerting a lot of energy and you do feel like your blood sugar is dropping, or you do feel like you're getting a little lightheaded, you have something small that you can just pop into your mouth really quick and boost your blood sugar back up, like bring you, back up to a place where you're feeling well enough to kind of at least walk to a chair and have a seat, or you want to just catch yourself before you completely tank out. So keep that in mind too. If you're going to be out like hiking or walking and you're not at home, because if you're at home, obviously you can just go back inside and kind of cool off, grab something. But if you're going to be away from home, away from your car, it's always a good idea to either have a very light backpack filled with some snacks and some extra water, or to have a little fanny pack that has at the bare minimum some type of little like Starburst or peppermint or something to help you with that. And also, if you're going to be out more, y'all make sure you have some type of dog spray, because people, I have been chased by a dog in it was the neighborhood across the street from mine, but yes, make sure you have dog spray and don't be afraid to use it, because dogs are out here and they're still chasing people. I haven't been chased by a dog in a very long time. So as it was happening to me, I was having kind of like an out of body experience. On the one hand, I was like very present in the moment with the dog barking at me and chasing me. And then on the other side of this, I'm thinking I'm too old to be getting chased by a dog. And where is this dog's mama or daddy? And it took a long time for the dog owner to kind of realize his dog wasn't where he was supposed to be. And it was a whole mess. And I did not have dog spray with me. I have it now, but I didn't have it that day. So make sure y'all have dog spray, and you can keep it in your fanny pack or your backpack. Okay, so during the summer, we also find that we will be traveling. And when we're traveling, that's somewhat of a time where we might miss workouts, right? Because you're not planning or thinking about working out. So I think during travel season, it's important that we set the intention for our trip. I'm all about setting the intention for my trip. I say to myself and whoever I'm going on this trip with, what is it that you're looking to get out of this time that we're going to be at this place, right? And that allows me to kind of decide for myself, is this going to be a trip where I'm going to try to still work out a little bit? Or is this going to be a trip where I'm going to say, nope, not working out, and I'll get right back to it when I get home? Right? And I think it depends on where you're going. I think it depends on if where you're going has a gym and your ability to get access to maybe some type of class or something that you can do in your hotel room, right? So you kind of have to think about where you're going and all of those things to determine if you're going to work out while you're away. I personally believe that if you're going on vacation, you should take a break from doing all of the things that you'd normally do. That's my personal kind of thought process, unless you're going to be gone for like weeks and weeks at a time. But if we're talking about like a 4 to 7 day getaway, I feel like you should be able to take a break. If you've built up your discipline and your consistency has been really well, you should be able to take that break and then get right back to it when you get back home. Most hotels, resorts, they have gyms. They have dedicated gym space with a few like free hand weights. Most of them have ellipticals, treadmills, or some type of bike. So they'll have some type of cardio option, and they'll have some empty floor space for you to do some type of maybe body weight exercise if you're going to. So look into all of that before you go. And based on what you find, then you can determine your intentions for your trip. If you are going to work out while you're on vacation, I'm going to share a few tips with you to make that so easy for you to do. Okay, so first you want to make sure that you have packed workout clothes. That's always the other reason why I never work out when I'm away, is because I strongly believe in being a one luggage woman, a one piece of luggage woman. I want to be able to carry that bag onto that plane, put it in the overhead bin. When I get to where I'm going, I pull my bag down and I'm done. I'm like, I'm not going to baggage claim. I'm not adding that kind of drama to my life, because you know those people might lose your stuff. So, and because of this, sometimes I'm like, I can't pack workout clothes because I just don't have the space, because I've packed like 15 outfits for a 4-day trip. But that's my business and it works for me. So I'll just work out when I get back home. But if you can, don't forget to pack your workout gear. You need one sports bra, one pair of leggings or shorts or whatever for each day that you plan to work out. You will also need workout shoes. This is a little bit easier to do if you already were planning to bring sneakers on your trip. But if you weren't, put your workout shoes in some type of bag so that the bottoms of them aren't getting like all over your clothes, you know. Put your workout shoes in a bag, and then make sure that you keep your workout stuff kind of separate. The bag is important because when you get sweaty, gross clothes, you are not going to want to then put those back into your suitcase. You can lay them out in your hotel room, maybe like drape them over the shower or something like that, so they can kind of air out and hopefully dry before you pack everything up to come back home. But I like having an extra bag with me so I can put those gross workout clothes in a bag of their own for the plane ride back home. So don't forget the bag. You can use the bag to also, on the way there anyway, you can use the bag to make sure your sneakers don't rub up against your clean clothes. But then on the way home, everything is dirty. So girl, just throw everything in the bag, right? So don't forget your workout stuff. Whatever it is you normally would need to have a really good workout, don't forget to pack it. Make sure you have your headphones. Make sure your favorite playlist has been downloaded. Make sure you have hair ties or whatever it is that you would normally have when you're home. Make sure you have that in your luggage before you leave for your trip. Another good tip for working out while you're on vacation is to kind of decide ahead of time what exactly it is you're going to do, right? Because you don't want to, or at least I wouldn't. I don't want to be in the gym for 90 minutes to 2 hours while I'm on vacation. But I also like the satisfaction of knowing I was able to remain consistent during a time where I could have chosen not to be, right? So if you're on a streak where you've been killing it with your workouts, you know you're about to travel, consider giving yourself like a 20 to 30 minute workout, or even like a 15-minute HIIT workout, something like that, where you're still getting a lot of bang for your time, but you have also chosen a time that won't like infringe upon the whole rest of your day, right? So when I'm traveling, I like to keep it really low impact. So I would pick something like yoga. I would pick something like Pilates. I wouldn't pick some type of body weight exercise that would have me jumping up and down and like bouncing all over the place. Because if you are working out in your hotel room, which is something I know a lot of my ladies do, when they travel, you just don't want to be inconsiderate to the people that are below you or like next to you by doing all of that bouncing around. So I like to do something that's going to keep me pretty still, and yoga and Pilates always fits the bill for that, or some type of bar workout. And you can use, most hotels have some type of office chair that you can use for your bar. So pick how long you're going to work out, and then kind of think about what type of workout you want to do. Now, if where you're staying has a gym, I also think it's a great idea to just say, oh, I'm going to go down to the gym and I'm going to walk or run for 20 to 30 minutes. And that'll be my workout for the day, right? It is also in everyone's best interest to kind of do this at the beginning of the day. If you're going to work out while you're on vacation, do it. You got to do it first thing in the morning. And you kind of have to do it before whoever you're on that trip with, before they wake up. Because once they get up, they're going to want to go get breakfast. Unless they too like to work out, then maybe you guys can go work out together. But you know how it is when you're on a trip. When everybody wakes up, the first thing they want to do, they want to go eat breakfast, brunch. Now y'all are out seeing sights. Now you're shopping. You're doing all the things as you should be because you're on vacation. But you don't want to be in a situation where you're constantly thinking about your workout all day long, and getting it in. And you definitely don't want to have that bad feeling as you're going to sleep at night, like, oh man, I didn't get my workout in today. And some people will say, well, all the walking around that I'm doing while I'm on vacation, can that not count for my workout? And I would say, well, girl, it just depends on your goals, right? It literally just depends. Because if you're doing a lot of walking and you're getting well over 10 or 15,000 steps in for that day, yeah, I'm pretty sure your day felt like a workout. But typically, even if you're doing a lot of walking, you're probably moving at a slow, casual, strolling pace. You're probably not like power walking to all these places that you're going. So if I was your coach, I would encourage you to consider getting that true dedicated workout time in if that was important to you while you were on your trip. So think about that too. Getting those workouts in at the beginning of the day will make you feel just as good as it does when you're home. You get it done early. You don't have to think about it for the rest of the day. Also, while you're traveling, you probably want to just kind of think about how you're eating and how you are getting your water in, and let that also be part of your decision-making process. Because for me, I know when I go on vacation, I'm not necessarily eating on my plan. Like I'm not eating on my plan, and I'm probably not drinking as much water as I would typically do if I was at home. And if you know that, let that kind of guide you with your decision making for working out on vacation too. If you know you're not going to be as hydrated, I definitely would probably go with some type of yoga or Pilates or something that wasn't going to be such a high impact workout like running. Because like we say, you don't want to feel sick, or you don't want to feel sluggish, and you don't want to completely drain or tap your body out. So, you know, while we're traveling and we're having fun all summer, and I tell this to my ladies that I coach all the time, it's very important that we're at least doing 2 out of our 3 goals every day, right? So our goal should be hitting water intake, working out, and eating clean meals. If you know on any given day that your food intake is going to be crazy, like you already know you're not planning on eating nothing leafy and green, right? That means you should probably make sure you get a workout in and that your water intake is all the way up, right? If you know while you're away traveling, you probably will eat a salad for lunch, and you might have some type of egg white omelet for breakfast. So your food is going to still be, for the most part, really, really good. You know, you might have no problem whatsoever getting a workout in, but your water intake is going to drop. That's cool too, because you're still getting 2 out of the 3 done. And the same goes for the workout. If you know you can keep your water intake up and you can eat really well, but you might not be able to work out, then that's fine. So you just kind of have to pick and choose what of the three you're able to maintain and do while you're away, or even if you're resting, like even if there are just periods of time over the summer where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to rest my body. And I do this on my rest days, right? When I know I can't work out, I'm like, well, then I need to make sure I'm drinking enough water and that I'm still eating really well so that my inactive time won't be, it won't be so bad. I'm not going to completely regress while I'm on this break. And you don't want that to happen to you either over the summer while you're traveling. So when in doubt, just hear my voice in the back of your mind saying, girl, we got to at least do 2 out of the 3, right? So if we know we're not going to work out, we got to at least eat well and drink water. If we know we're about to toss back all these cocktails, we can at least get a workout in and still make good choices on our food when we can. If we know we are going to eat and eat and eat all of the delicious good things that are out here for us, we can still drink a lot of water and try to get that workout in. You see what I'm saying? So 2 out of the 3. 2 out of the 3 at all times. And we should all be just fine when these children go back to school in August. It's my main golden tip that I tell my ladies. So hopefully you find that to be helpful. Okay, so going into my personal workout report, I shared on Instagram that I'm using a sauna suit when I go to the sauna sometimes, or even when I work out on the treadmill or doing my strength training. I have been testing out a sauna suit, and I have to say, I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to be miserable in it, but it's so good. And I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. And then also, can we just also sometimes, and I say this to you guys all the time, I'll be trying out something in my own little personal bubble right here out in the suburb country of Atlanta. And then I'll see something on Instagram and it'll make me feel like, okay, Tia, so you're not crazy for trying these things. I just saw the Puff Daddy hiking a mountain in a sauna suit. His was fly though. He had like a black one. It looked kind of like the bag Missy Elliott wore in the I Can't Stand the Rain video. So his was shiny. Of course it was. Of course his was shiny. His was shiny and it was nice. So I'm like, ooh, now I have to get me a cute one, because the one I have right now, it was $11.97 at Walmart. It was too big, or it is too big. But, and here's a tip for that, what I have learned though, okay, in a perfect world, your sauna suit should be your correct size because that helps trap the sweat in there, right? However, if you are able to size up like one size, I think that makes it easier to take the sauna suit back off. Like I was reading online about how people were having a hard time taking their suits back off. And I think that's because it was like a perfect fit when they had it on. And then once you add the moisture to it, that's like a mess. And I can imagine you are trying to get out of that thing. Kind of like how when you're in a fitting room and you have tried on something that's too small and you need help getting back out of that thing. That's how that sauna suit will be once it gets wet. If you don't have the right size, you're going to have the hardest time getting out of it. So on the one hand, I know I need to get my real size, or at least a size or two smaller. But on the other hand, I do like that it's so easy for me to get it off. But because the sauna suit is too big, I also notice that when I'm working out, it does kind of leak sweat, right? So that's not good, because then that's messy. And now I gotta mop and like clean up after I finish working out, which either way, we still love the sauna suit. So just make sure if you're going to try one that you get your right size, right? Get your right size and it's going to be the best thing ever. Now, with that also being said, if you are not properly hydrated, the sauna suit is not for you. All things lead back to drinking enough water, don't they? But if you are not properly hydrated, the sauna suit is not for you. Okay? Let me say it one more time. If you are not properly hydrated, the sauna suit is not for you, because you are going to sweat so much more than you normally do that you have got to be hydrated, right? And you got to be drinking water while you're wearing it. Now, when I tested out the sauna suit for my workout, it was fine. Like I didn't feel like I was overheating, or I didn't feel more hot than I normally do. I could feel the sweat in there. So I knew I was sweating, but it was probably maybe within the last 5 minutes of my workout is when I started feeling like, ooh, girl, it's time to take this thing off. Like I got to take it off because it's hot. Like I need to get out of this thing. But for the most part, it was great. I love it. And I do plan to go on Amazon and find like a nicer, better quality suit so that I can, wear it more frequently, because mine was $11.97 at Walmart. I haven't been wearing it every time I do everything because I don't want to wear it out. But I need to find another one so that I can start at least, moving back and forth between each suit. But I love it. Love sitting in the sauna with it. Now in the sauna, I did notice that was a bit of a different experience than working out in it. In the sauna, I would say I was almost like, I don't know how often I would be able to do this, right? Because I feel like the sauna is already hot enough and I might not need a sauna suit on top of that. And what I've also seen people doing is maybe they wear the top or the bottom, but not both at the same time. So I might try that out too next week when I go. I might try just wearing the top and not the whole suit and seeing how that works out for me. But yeah, I have been loving that sauna suit. If you're interested in trying one, like I said, I got mine at Walmart for a very low price, just to kind of test it out and see how I was going to feel about it. And now that I know that I like it, I can go find one that's probably more durable, that will last a lot longer. So yay for the sauna suit. I love it. Something else that I've been incorporating into my workouts these past few weeks is the slam ball. It's a weighted ball. Mine is 15 pounds. I found it at Aldi for like $20. And it's been a really good way to add a little bit of intensity to some of my body weight cardio moves. I've been using it on my trampoline too. So like as I'm bouncing, I'm pressing the ball up. And that's been really great. It's been great for some core work. So if you have an Aldi near you, I got mine for literally $19, and it's a really good quality slam ball. And it came with a little booklet kind of showing you different exercises that you can do with it. So go through those. I would do maybe like 4 sets of 10, like with whatever you pick out. I would go with like 4 sets of 10. And it's a really good workout. I've been enjoying using it. And I have also been enjoying my trampoline too. I know I share a lot about the trampoline on Instagram, but I have really been enjoying it. And it's not what people think that it is. Like, you're not going to hurt yourself on the trampoline. And it comes with the handlebar, sold separately, of course. But you can buy a handlebar if you're afraid of falling, or if you feel like you would need something to hold on to. You can absolutely get the handlebar and give yourself that added safety if you want. But the trampoline has a very slight bounce to it. It's almost more of like a rebounder than it is like the traditional trampoline that children play on, right? They have resistance built into it. So it's a tighter coil holding the trampoline part to like the frame of it. So you have to jump. You would have to be jumping really, really hard and like trying really, really hard to have an accident on that thing. So for people who are interested in the trampoline, I would say go to Jump Sport Fitness, their Instagram, and take a look at some of the videos. And some of them are crazy. And I share some of the crazy, funny ones because I'm just like, how are people doing that? Like, that's crazy. We shouldn't be doing that on this. And they shouldn't be encouraging people to do some of those things on that trampoline. But if you go through their page, you'll see all kinds of people of all fitness levels using a trampoline. There was a woman in her 70s in my trampoline class when I taught at the studio, and she killed it all the time. Then I had people like as young as in their 20s doing it, and we could all do the same thing. So don't let the trampoline intimidate you. It's not at all what you think it is. And I'm pretty sure most of us would love it. And if for nothing else, it's a great workout for your children. Like when I'm in the basement doing stuff, either cleaning, organizing, or just working out, if they want to come down there, they can jump while I'm doing something else and we still get to be together. So check out the trampoline. It's not what you think. And they always have some type of promo code for them. So look out for those too, or sign up for their emails or their text messages, and you will get a promo code. And don't forget to buy your handlebar, because I feel like most people are going to want one. I don't have one, but I think I'm going to order one. So now I want to talk about Lori Harvey, right? I was on Twitter and I was reading about people and their feelings about whatever that was she put on TikTok. Now, I don't have TikTok because I just can't. I can't go that far. So I didn't see her TikTok video, but from what Twitter says she looked great at the Met Gala, and she absolutely did. She looked great at the Met Gala, so people were like, Lori, girl, what did you do to get that body for the Met Gala? Because it's goals, girl, like you look good, right? People wanted to know what she did. Then Lori was like, oh, well, to prepare for the Met Gala, I worked out twice a day, and I ate a 1,200 calorie diet or meal plan, right? That's how I got ready for the Met Gala. And I think she told people she did Pilates. Like she was either doing Pilates twice a day or Pilates once a day or whatever, but Pilates was a part of her regimen. Okay. People wanted to know what she did. She shared what she did. And once people found out what she did, then they was mad, okay? And this is why people can't tell y'all nothing, because y'all don't know how to act. Or people become judgmental once they find out. So let me start at the beginning, because I feel like I have so many feelings about this. Number one, it's okay if she did something that you would consider to be a little extreme. If she did that for a few weeks so that she could feel her best in that dress, why are y'all mad at that? Like, why are people mad? She never said, well, I don't know. I didn't see the TikTok, but I'm assuming that that's not something that she's doing every day, all the time, right? That might be her way of training really hard when something's coming up. Like when she knows she's about to be photographed, or she knows she's got to step out on a carpet and it's going to be a lot of press and her picture is going to be taken. Maybe that's what she does to prepare for those bigger moments, right? We don't know if she's doing that all the time. I'm pretty sure she isn't. I'm certain that she's not, because you can look at her body in different pictures and tell when she's probably training harder than other times, right? She looks great all of the time, but when she has those bigger moments like the Met Gala, I'm pretty sure she like steps it up a notch and she says, ooh, I'm going to work out just a little bit harder and tighten up on what I'm eating because I want to feel my best when I step out on that red carpet at the Met Gala, right? Right. Okay. So people on Twitter were all in their feelings about her 1,200 calorie diet, right? When you are trying to lose weight or get into better shape, you have to create some type of calorie deficit. And since we don't know where Lori started, we don't know what her deficit should be. But because we have seen pictures of her before, we know that she is normally in really fantastic shape. Like she looks great. She looks in shape, right? Which lets you know that she was already eating really well and that she was already working out. So when a person has already trained their body to a certain level to create a deficit, she probably did have to step it up a little bit and say, okay, well, I can get in an extra workout and I'll create a calorie deficit by cutting whatever out of my diet, or I'm going to tighten up on my portion control or something like that. And I'm going to try to eat about 1,200 calories a day, which is not extreme. Like if you use MyFitnessPal app or any type of calorie tracker and you're trying to lose weight, for a lot of people, if you do that calorie math, if you do that food math, you would be surprised to learn that many people, if you are a certain size around Lori size, if you are a certain size, most of those apps are going to tell you to eat between a 12 and 1,500 calorie meal plan. And for people who either don't count calories or don't monitor their portion control or just aren't even tracking any of that, it sounds extreme to you. But for people who practice a healthy lifestyle on a pretty regular basis, and they're looking at the numbers every day, which I'm not saying she does. I don't know her. I'm not her trainer. I don't know. But for people who look at calories every day and they're tracking their food on some type of food log, then you already know most people who are trying to lose weight, I would be willing to bet that they float around the 1,500 calorie mark, somewhere between 1,500 and maybe like 1,700. But if you're already a person who is in pretty good shape, to create a deficit, you probably do have to drop down to about 1,200 calories. And that's not to say that she wasn't eating anything. That means that she was eating a lot of really clean, dense foods, right? That means that girl was eating a whole lot of vegetables. She was probably eating some fruit. She was probably getting her protein in, and I don't know anything about the way she eats, so I don't know if she's a vegan or if she's a vegetarian or whatever. I don't know if her protein is meat or if it's plant-based or what. But I do know if that's what she did to get in shape, she was eating a lot of clean food, right? A lot of clean food. So people were really in their feelings about that. And I think it's because maybe that's a choice that some people wouldn't make for themselves. Like you hear working out twice a day and eating that really clean meal plan. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's not healthy. That's not this. And that's just not true. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Don't shoot the messenger. But I'm like, it's just not true. Now, is that something that you should do every single day? No. And I haven't seen the video, but I'm pretty sure she did not say this is what she does every day. I'm pretty sure she was probably like, this is what I did to get in shape for the Met Gala. I would also be willing to bet that on a normal day, her training is probably still pretty intense, and it's probably something that most people still wouldn't sign up for. And you can look at her body and tell that. I follow quite a few celebrities who share their workouts. Ava Longoria, Gabrielle Union, Kelly Rowland are some of my favorites that I watch because they share what they're doing in the gym. And their workouts are not for the faint at heart. Like, it's not these cute little things that I don't know what people think they do to stay in such good shape. But when you think about it, you hardly ever catch like a bad photograph of them, right? From all angles, they look great and they look in shape. And there is a training program, an intense one that goes behind that. Sierra is not getting the body that she has by doing some cute little 20-minute workout, right? Sierra is training her body in order for it to perform the way it does and look the way that it does. Again, these might not be choices that we would make for ourselves, clearly, because we don't do what they do for a living. So that pressure isn't on us to even have to perform at that level. We can say like, I can say like, oh, I'm going to run 5 days out of the week. I'm going to do strength training 3 days out of the week. And I'm going to try to keep my workouts to 90 minutes or less, right? And then I'm going to eat a clean diet, treating myself as I see fit once a week, probably, right? I can say that because I live a completely different life. I think when you do what they do for a living, you do have to be way more disciplined and you do have to walk a much tighter fitness food rope than the rest of us even have to consider walking. So people were being really hard on Lori on Twitter. And I just don't know that she is really deserving that. Y'all wanted to know what she did, then she told you. And then y'all heard what she did and you said, not for me. That's what I heard. When I was reading those tweets basically said, not for me. I couldn't. And if you can't, then don't. But for her, what she had to do for the Met Gala put her in a place where when we saw those pictures, everybody was like, yes, abs, come through, Lori. Lori, what'd you do? Lori told us what she did and people got mad. I don't understand it. In order to get certain results, you gotta be willing to do the work that goes along with them, right? Or you just say, those abs look good on her, but I don't need them. I don't have to have those, right? Because maybe I'm not willing to do the work that goes along with them. extreme methods like that, again, are very temporary. So we're talking about you're getting ready for a wedding, you're getting ready for a reunion or a vacation or some big moment in your life, and you want to feel really, really good about yourself. So you might intensify your training just to meet that milestone. And then after that, you go into some type of maintenance phase where you're obviously not working out as hard anymore. Kind of like how people who do the bikini contest, right? They will, and it's not called a bikini contest, but the actual name of it escapes me in the moment. But you know what I'm talking about. The fitness model contest where they go and they pose so you can see all of the muscles in their body. If you follow any of them on social media, you'll hear them say like how they prepare for a show and then what their body is like when the show is over. Is two completely different bodies, two completely different types of training that they do to prepare for the show. And then once the show is over, they go back into more of a regular body type, a regular type of training. The two things are not the same. And I'm pretty sure that was the case with Lori. Now, also, what Lori did is no different than the things I hear people talking about. People will say to me, they're going to do an 8-week, some type of intense training thing that comes with the meal plan, and they see results from it right away. At the end of the 8 weeks, they have lost whatever weight. They are happy with those results, but they don't maintain it because it was so intense, right? It's nothing that you can sustain for your whole life. And so you end up gaining that weight back. But what she did is the same stuff y'all be doing. And by y'all, I mean all of us. Sometimes, I mean, I don't live the extreme life anymore. I don't put myself through those things anymore, but it's the same thing. So when people say that they're going to do like a 4-week smoothie thing, or, oh, I'm a juice for 2 weeks leading up to my trip and I'm going to lose this weight. When you're drinking those crazy teas that people sell on Instagram, it's no different than her saying, I'm going to do Pilates twice a day and I'm going to eat 1,200 calories, right? It's all the same because it's an extreme method for a short amount of time to get whatever the result is that you're looking for. This is why body goals can be a little bit much, right? Because you see people's bodies not knowing the backstory. You see people's bodies not knowing what it took for them to get it, right? And when we find out what it took to get it, for most of us, we're not even willing to do it, you know? I know when I look at people's bodies, I know like, oh, she looks great. But that can't be body goals for me because I'm not willing to do the work that it took for her to get to where she's at, because I like eating Chipotle. I like eating Chinese food. I like going out and eating tacos. You know, I do. So I like living a 80-20 lifestyle when it comes to my food. People who are training really hard probably eat closer to a 90-10. Or girl, they might be eating a 95-5. You know, they probably are not really getting many what people call a cheat meal. They're probably not cheating too often, right? And treating themselves to those delicious things that I just named. So keep that in mind too when you're looking at things and when you're considering what it took to get there. That's a lot of what it took to get there. You have to be monitoring your food really, really well to see results. So when I hear 1,200 calories, that didn't shock me because I'm like, okay, yeah. So that means her meal plan was tight. Those plates that got put in front of her were made very well with really healthy foods, really healthy ingredients. I bet she wasn't eating a lot of salt, like none of that. You can be happy about somebody's results, right? And you can celebrate the hard work that it took for them to get there. That's okay. Like, it's okay for us to see these pictures of her and be like, dang, Lori, you look great. Girl, how did what'd you do? And then once she tells us, it's okay for us to be like, oh, wow, girl, you worked hard for that body. Like, whoo. At the same time, maybe silently to yourself, acknowledging that maybe that's not something that you could do without, I don't want to say body shaming her. I think people method shamed her. Let's call it that. People method shamed her. They train shamed her. right? They shamed her training, however we want to call it. Let's go with method shaming. They shamed how she got to where she was, even though they liked the results that she got. And I think we have to be careful about doing that. Because what might be healthy and okay for some might not be okay and healthy for others. And that's also why they tell you before you start any type of new fitness program or you change up what you're doing, we're all supposed to be consulting our physicians before we start or do anything. So when y'all start drinking those flat tummy teas and people start saying they gonna juice and smoothie for 8 weeks, or people say like, oh, I'm gonna get this program online. It's, 30 days of workouts and a meal plan, like all of that. We're supposed to be consulting our physicians before we start anything to make sure that it's a good fit for us based on how our bodies are performing at the time. Get those labs run, right? Let your doctor see how things are working inside your body before you start doing anything. And I would be willing to bet that before she does a lot of working out or she does change up anything crazy, that she is consulting the right people, right? We also have to remember that celebrities use personal trainers, they have nutritionists, they have chefs, like they have a whole team of people who are professionals and experts in their field, kind of guiding them through what we consider to be extreme methods for seeking results. Right? They have experts kind of walking them and holding their hand all the way through it until they get the results that they want. And then I'm also pretty sure that those same people help them transition back into a normal training and eating schedule. I would be surprised if that were not the case. So we also have to keep that in mind. Let's work on being accepting of other people's choices and what they choose to do. Just because it's something that we feel that we couldn't do, it doesn't mean that it's a bad choice for other people. And it also doesn't mean that if someone else is inspired by what she said, that makes them wrong, bad, or, not the, I think I saw somebody on Twitter say something about people's intelligence level, and I felt like that was mean. So, don't judge people if they are inspired by things that you are not, right? Someone saw her and someone said, hey, I want to know what she did. She said what she did, and that inspired people. I'm sure it did. So I would be probably a rich woman if I bet somebody right now about attendance in Pilates classes. I bet you people who have never even heard of Pilates before or even considered trying it are now working out and at least trying it. They're moving their bodies because she said that she did it twice a day. And that's a good thing. Will people do it and also have that 1,200 calorie meal plan attached to it? Probably not, because food is a tough thing for people to conquer. And once you are able to get your mind around letting the control food has over you go, once you get to a place where you're not snacking in between meals on things you shouldn't be snacking on, or once you get to a place where you are monitoring your portions really well, so you're not overeating or eating too much, even on accident, even innocently, unknowingly eating too much, even when you get to a place where you're not doing that, and where you know for sure, like, okay, I'm logging these meals, I'm tracking them because this is the outcome that I'm looking for. So I'm going to do this until I reach this particular goal. That's a very strong place to be when you are in control of your body and you're happy with it and you're happy with the results that you got. For some people, they fall in love with the process of changing, and seeing themselves in a different light. And I think once it becomes almost like a hobby to you, where you're like, ooh, I'm tracking this, I'm feeling great. Yesterday I ate this many calories. Tomorrow I really want to try to do my best to hover around this number. And you see yourself hitting those daily goals. That's really empowering for a lot of people. So let's not method shame how people go about getting the results that they do. Just because you might be a person, and I'm included in this, right? I think I'm a person that I can work out and eat well, I really don't have to count macros and calories and do fitness math. And it all just seems to work out for me, right? As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I get the results that I'm looking for as long as I'm consistent, right? For some people, they are unknowingly, they're doing all the right things, but maybe they just need that extra help of keeping that food log or counting those calories just to make sure that they aren't overeating or that they are even eating enough, because some people don't eat enough, right? So we got to stop method shaming people about how they go about doing the things that they do. Because if she wanted to work out twice a day and eat that meal plan, it's not like she invited us to do it. Y'all asked that woman what she did and she told y'all. Then y'all got mad because y'all felt like it was too much. And the thing is, it wasn't too much for her. It might be too much for somebody else where they are on their journey, but it wasn't too much for her because she did it. And look at her. Everybody loved those pictures. Everyone. She looked great in that dress. So if Pilates twice a day and that 1,200 calories is what got her to where she is, good for you, Lori. I see you, girl, and I celebrate you because I know that that was hard. I know that even if you have a personal trainer and a chef and a nutritionist, and even if you have a team of people and a glam squad, it is still hard work to mentally say, I'm going to work out twice a day and eat like this for X amount of weeks. That is not easy. You have to be in the right mental space to stick with that. So kudos to her. She looks amazing. And we all are going to do a much better job of celebrating people's methods, the things that they do, the choices that they make, instead of making them feel like they crazy for doing it just because we wouldn't do it ourselves, right? Yes. Okay, so couple random thoughts before we end today's chat. I have been tracking that Chick-fil-A kale and lemon Caesar Parmesan salad situation they had last summer because it was a limited time, like seasonal item. Remember last summer, I was eating that thing like once or twice a week. It was so good. And as the warm weather started to return, I said to myself, ooh, I wonder if Chick-fil-A is bringing that salad back. So I did what any person would do, right? I called Chick-fil-A. Don't y'all call Chick-fil-A? I called Chick-fil-A and I was like, Chick-fil-A, when is the salad coming back? And it was a really nice lady on the phone who couldn't tell me. She didn't know. But what she did say was if you go to their website, they normally tell you when seasonal items are coming back and what the seasonal item will be. So I checked their website before I called you today to see if it was up there, and there are no updates. I don't see the salad up there. Right now they're promoting some berry tea drink thing that I'm never going to try. But when that salad, and if that salad should make it back to Chick-fil-A's menu, I'm on top of it. Not only am I going to get it, but y'all, I will treat one of y'all to one because it's so good. It is so good. And it was so light. The grilled chicken was perfect. I mean, it was lemony and that Caesar dressing was just amazing. And it all worked together for one really delicious, again, another cool meal idea. I know I talk about salads all the time, so I didn't want to include that on today's list, but never knock a salad. A salad a day keeps your metabolism exactly where it needs to be. So those salads were delicious, and I'm hoping that they bring it back. If they do, you will see me on Instagram acting a fool because I'm in love with that salad, and I hope they bring it back. Lastly, I ordered something from a very popular store. And when I got my order in the mail, my order was missing one item. And it happened to be the most important item in my order, right? And so when I saw that, I'm like, man, well, they normally do a pretty good job about emailing people, letting them know if they're going to have some separate shipping packages happening, right? So you normally get an email saying, this is what's in this one, but girl, don't worry, that dress is going to be in another shipment coming to you at a later time. Okay, well, I never got an email or anything that told me my order was going to be split up. I went on the app just to make sure I wasn't tripping, And it said all of my items were supposed to be in that one package. Okay. And so now I'm a little stressed, right? Because I'm like, now I got to figure out customer service. You go on their app and on their website, and there is no phone number. So first and foremost, because I was born in 1984, I'm like, what business doesn't have a phone number? What business of this size doesn't have a customer service phone number for me to call and reach somebody in a call center somewhere and say, hey, my order was missing one of its items, but they didn't have a phone number. There's no phone number. This is this new age way of doing things, right? And now I'm going to sound like somebody's grandma, but this is this new age way of doing stuff, and I don't like it. So there was no phone number, which meant I now had to chat with like the live chat robot, and I could tell it wasn't a person because it was just giving me automated responses, right? So I'm chatting with the robot, and the robot is like, okay, girl, I see you're down bad, right, over this missing dress. So let me connect you to a real live human being. Okay, well then no real live human beings must have been at work. And I did this repeatedly, like all day. Couldn't get anybody. Then they say, if you weren't able to be connected to like a live person, feel free to reach out to us on one of our social media channels. And so then I'm a little taken aback because I'm like, okay, so what you're telling me is you want me to complain about this on social media? Like, girl, that's not the way. You shouldn't want your business out in the street like that. I'm trying to do you a solid by like bringing you off to the side and say, girl, I didn't get no email and I didn't get my dress. So what's good? And y'all didn't give me my money back either. So one of them, again, we got to be hitting on at least 2 out of the 3. So we're either going to give me my money back or we're going to tell me something in an email about when I can be expecting my item. So I tweeted them. I waited a full 24 hours, no response. So then I had to do what no 38-year-old woman, I think, in this day and age wants to do. And I had to log on to Facebook. I had to like their Facebook page. Then I had to message them in Facebook Messenger. Even doing that did not get me a response. I waited a day. I waited a day. No response. Okay, so then I say, well, I will go back to the app and I will talk to the little robot again. And I lost count of how many times I had to interact with that robot to finally get a live human being to pick it up. I don't know how it works or who's watching that, but after maybe, 45 minutes of messing with the little robot, someone finally came and was connected as a live person. And when she got up there, she was like, oh no, girl, your dress is being sent in a separate shipment. Here's the tracking number. And I was like, okay, well, thank you, because y'all normally are really good about sending emails letting us know things so that we don't have to bother y'all. And I never got an email about this. And you also don't see this under my orders. Like when you go to track your orders, I don't see anything about this. So thank you for giving me my tracking number. Y'all said I was going to have my stuff May 12th. It's May 16th. And I think my item is coming in the mail today, which I'm still just trying to figure out how people think social media is a good way to handle customer service. To anyone out there who might be listening, if you if you work for some major corporation, if customer service has been left to people telling you things either in some DMs or in a tweet, and I think they even have like a WhatsApp, but the WhatsApp was down. They said due to the high frequency of calls they were getting, they had to shut that they had to shut that down. So WhatsApp was down. So yeah. That's not the way. Running your customer service through social media is not going to be good for you. And also, I would like to point out that a lot of these new websites for fast fashion, and I know fast fashion is bad because it's polluting the earth and it's just awful, right? But also, because 2 things can be true at one time. But also, when I go on a trip, if I want new bathing suits, I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for swimsuits that I know I'm only going to wear one time. Let me just get these quick little vacation looks. That way, when I wear them one time, or after I wash them, if they fall apart, then I'm not distraught. I'm not upset over it. But a lot of these new fast fashion websites don't have reviews on their site. And I don't like that either, because I'm looking to see what people say about things. And I'm like, and I don't know how it's going to fit. I don't know what to assume the outcome might be, because y'all won't let people leave reviews, because some of this stuff is probably trash, right? It is. Okay. But also with that being said, there was another story I was going to tell you guys about that oh, yes. Let's talk about another little outfit situation. And then, girl, I'm going to have to let you go, because I got a meeting and another meeting after that. Okay. I had been eyeing this Alicia Keys jumpsuit that was part of her collection with Athleta, or Athleta, however you say the name of the store, right? Alicia had that jumpsuit for sale for like $200. This particular website does have reviews, thankfully. And because the reviews were so mixed on the fit, like the way the outfit was fitting, I was like, Alicia, I don't want to give you $200 for a jumpsuit that might not fit me right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. Alicia, who is paying you $200 for this jumpsuit? Apparently these people did. But in my mind, I'm like, no one is giving you that for that ill-fitting jumpsuit. These were my thoughts going into the purchase. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait for that jumpsuit to go on sale, because it is super, super cute. I just am in my feelings about what I'm reading in the reviews. Okay, so I happened to check, and I had been frequently checking to see when this suit was going to go on sale. And it was just ride or die, $200. Okay, so finally I checked their website, and the suit is on sale. They have been gracious enough to knock $50 off of the price of the jumpsuit. And I'm like, oh, okay, Alicia, I see you, girl. You knocked $50 off the price of that jumpsuit. So let me go back through these reviews and see what more people are saying now that more people have had a chance to get theirs. And there was a woman in the reviews with my exact situation. She's like, I'm 5'4". I'm normally a size 6. But in this jumpsuit, I wish I would have sized up like 1 or 2 sizes, because there is no stretch. And that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how much stretch was going to be in the leg part, because if you have thighs, right? If you have thighs, it doesn't matter if your waist fits the measurements, because your thighs are never going to let you even make it to your waist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to be able to pull those pants up. So I wanted to know how much stretch was in them. And there was a really good review written by a lady who was my exact height, what it sounded like my exact size. And she was like, girl, you're going to need to size up, because your thighs are never would have made it up. Right. So I put the jumpsuit in my cart. And now, I don't know if you guys use the Honey app in your browser. When you shop, it automatically searches for promo codes before you check out to make sure you're getting the best deal on whatever it is you're buying. And so I let the Honey do its job, and it knocked off some more money off of it. So at this point now, I feel like I'm getting the jumpsuit at a steal. Like, I'm getting it for 50% off at this point, pretty much. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, so I'm going to get this. I'm going to go ahead and size up and let the jumpsuit do what it do. And if I get this jumpsuit in the mail and it's cute, girl, I'm going to stream some of Alicia's new songs. I don't know any of her new songs, but I'm like, I'm going to stream some. I'm going to give that girl some streams if I get this jumpsuit and it's cute. Girl, I got that jumpsuit in the mail on Saturday. Saturday, we had gone out taking family photos. We went out to dinner. Came home. That jumpsuit was in the mailbox. I tried it on immediately. Girl, why didn't I want to take that jumpsuit off? I wish I had somewhere else to go because the jumpsuit was jumping. Oh, this is full of a lot of song references. I hope people are catching these. It was cute. It was so cute, and I'm so glad I went ahead and purchased it. And I wish it came in another color other than that flamingo pink that it comes in. Because if that jumpsuit came in black, or if it came in like a navy, or I don't know, some other color other than hot pink, I would get it. I just can't do the hot pink. But if it came in any other color that was more neutral, earth tone, metallic, whatever, I would go up there and get another one because it is so cute. It has like an open back little situation going on. So the waist part is elastic. So it cinches your waist, and then it's got like an open back. The material is very light. So even though it is a long sleeve jumpsuit, you could still wear it on like a spring evening or like a summer night. Or on like a rainy summer day, because the material is so like feathery lightweight that you're not going to be like hot in it. And because of the open back, you're getting the ventilation that you need. It's cute. She did her thing with that. I wish the fit was a little bit better because it is no stretch. It's no stretch. So while I did size, I went up one size and I think I got it in the 8. I got it in the 8. And the only thing that I would say that I hate about that is that up top, because I'm not heavy up top at all. I feel like up top is a little blousey. It's a little flowy. It's a little loose up top. I wish the top maybe had a more structured fit, but then again, it is a size up. Like it's not my size. So yeah, but the bottom though is a perfect fit. Like it's doing what it needs to do. It's doing exactly what it needs to do on the bottom. So it could be tweaked a little bit, and maybe she'll do another one and like fix the fitting issues. So if you go up there and you look at this jumpsuit, hopefully it's still on sale. Girl, get you one. But I would recommend, if you can, try to size up only one size, because if you size up 2 sizes, the up top part is going to be way too big. But then the bottom part will probably fit like fine. If you size up one size, I feel like that's going to be the best fit. So yay. All is well in online shopping. I hope everyone else is still having those packages sent to their house. I hope you're still feeling the rush and excitement that you feel when you hit that checkout, submit order button. And I hope that you are getting all the feels that you track your package all the way to your home. When your package arrives, I hope that you're so excited to receive it, and that when you put it on, everything fits the way that you wanted it to, so that you do not have to contact anyone's customer service that just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But let's give credit where it's due. Some stores are still doing really well with customer service. I ordered some shoes, and this is going to make it seem like I shop all the time, and I don't. Well, I don't know. But anyway, I ordered some shoes that came in the mail, I think Friday. And they are like the perfect fit. And for real, after I tell this story, then girl, we're really going to go, because now I'm about to be late for work. Listen. The shoe fit perfect, and it's a sandal. It was a perfect fit. And when I mean it was a perfect fit, I mean my toe was at the toe part and my heel was at the heel part. It fit. It was a perfect size shoe for my foot. And I was kind of in my feelings about that, because I'm like, I like to have a little bit of extra space in my shoe so that it doesn't look like my shoe or my foot is trying to hold that shoe down for dear life, you know? Like I don't like it when my sandals have like a perfect exact fit, because if you do too much in either direction, now your toe is off the front or your heel is off the back, and either way it goes, that's not cute. So I said to myself, okay, Tia, well, you're going to have to return these shoes, and that's hard for you, Tia. Tia, it's hard for you to make it to the post office. And these people want you to print out a label. They want you to go to the post office and do the absolute most. And that's the only downside to shopping online and living out in the country. It's like I don't live close enough to the mall to go do in-person returns. So now I got to go to the post office. And so Somebody hold me accountable. Those shoes are in the box that they came in. All I got to do is print the label and take them to the post office. If you should happen to have any type of communication or contact with me by this Friday, ask me, Tia, did you take those shoes back to get your money back? Because you don't like how they fit. And not for nothing, I have already ordered the shoes in a half size up, and I'm patiently waiting for them to be delivered to me. So maybe what I'll do is I'll wait for the new ones to get here. I'll try them on, and then I'll return the ones that I claim don't fit the way that I want them to. Maybe we'll do that. But if you talk to me, somebody follow up with me and make sure I gave them people their shoes back, because I want my money back for them. And if I don't return them within a certain amount of time, I'll just have to hold on to them and let my daughter have them when her foot gets big enough. Because they're cute. They're timeless. She could totally do it. I could hold on to them and let her have them. But the heel, though, the heel is a little high. So I feel like she's got to age up several years before she would even be allowed to wear heels that high. But yes, I'm done chatting away, talking about online shopping. So I hope while you're out this summer, you keep it cool, keep those snacks cool, make sure you're properly hydrated. If you're going to work out while you're on vacation, girl, make sure you take all of your things. Think about how you want your trip to go. Set the intentions for your trip, right? Determine how long you're going to work out, what kind of workouts you're going to do, what kind of space is available for you to do said workouts, right? Make sure you're hitting at least 2 out of your 3 goals all summer while you're bouncing around and living it up. And then make sure that if you order anything online, girl, before we hit submit order, we need to check and make sure these people have adequate customer service options available to us. So we not chasing them down on Twitter and Facebook. Whew, that took a lot out of me. While you're out, make sure you compliment someone. Tell them something nice about themselves. Brighten that woman's day. Remember that when you compliment the woman next to you, you uplift the sisterhood as a whole. Don't compare, don't compete, don't complain. What God has for you is for you. Thank you for joining me at Tia's Table. If you need to get in contact with me, you can find me on Instagram at tiavfitness.com. Oh, well, that's my email address, tiavfitness@gmail.com. And I'm on Instagram at tiavfitness as well. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you in about 2 weeks, girl. Love you. Bye.